You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hello, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. That effervescent voice is first time to the show. Our dear friend, beloved destroyer of worlds, best mod
Harbinger
ever,
of Doom.
harbinger of doom,
Bringer of the end times.
bringer of the end times, of the Chestershire Zalnops, Mortimer Zalnop. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Of course, we're talking about La Mulana today. Unfortunately, we have bad news. Since he is the bringer of the end times, this is the last episode of TADPOG.
Yep.
Please
Final
keep
episode.
your Patreon donations live.
Yeah.
We don't have retirement plans, so like we're banking on you never, ever, ever deleting that pledge.
Pisstasters.com.
Taste the piss.
You know, times are tough. We had to come up off that domain. I don't know who owns pisstasters.com now.
no.
Probably legitimate piss tasters.
No, GoDaddy owns it. And they're just holding it. You know, this pisstasters.com is for sale.
For $1,200.
$1,200.
We've evaluated this website.
It saw at least 15 hits while it was live with the previous owner.
Right.
You could turn that kind of traffic into dollar signs, my friend.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So today, before we get to all the Mulana content, we'll probably talk a little bit about Magic Sword.
Magic S word?
Magic S word.
Magic S word.
Magic's word?
Magic's word. There you
Magic's
go.
word. It's a puzzle game.
Magic Sword.
Magic's word?
All right, next 15 minutes of this show. Magic sword.
Well, that's the winner.
Magic Sword.
I'm good. We're calling the episode that.
Okay.
Magic sword. That'll be the title of this episode.
That's the next Cuban beat. I can feel it. I can feel it.
I miss Cuban beat. That needs to come back.
Yes.
Flip it and put it on the Discord soundboard.
So this was on. We had this designated on the grand spreadsheet of people who want to do episodes. Zal's name was beside this one.
No, what happened? Zal and I played Final Fantasy 14 together, and literally yesterday, Zal said that he was playing Dr. Mario, and I was like, "Oh, I'm playing Magic Sword," and he said, "Oh, I love that game. It's one of my favorite Super Nintendo games." And I was like, "Oh, well then." You should probably be on. You should
Sold.
probably be on the show because you didn't ask to be on it. So that's you got that going in your favor.
That's rule number one.
Yep.
Plus, I know you. You're a pretty cool guy. So yeah, that's that. We thought Phil might have been on that list because
I thought he was. Yeah. See, this it's a very
does
Phil
seem
game.
like Phil should be on the list for this one.
it was the two other Capcom sword and sorcery beat 'em ups that he was next to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one's a little bit different though. We'll get to that.
it is.
Well, before we taste that Magic Sword,
Hell yeah.
what have you guys been up to this week?
I love that. This is the best thing I've heard all day.
Yeah.
Maybe all year. I play Overwatch now. I just started playing Overwatch recently.
Bonus points if you can get a blowjob, and she says, "Magic sword."
You got to prove it though.
You gotta get a video. Or him, no judgment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, though, that's going to be a lot easier.
A lot easier. That's just one Craigslist post away.
Hey, you want to get that live on the show? I can probably hook that up right now. You guys wanted to?
Is it 3v1 or 3-on-3?
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dealer's choice.
So anyway, Stadium released with the last patch. Having a lot of fun with that. Kaiser Ark and I have been playing
Hell
together, but unfortunately we can't play Stadium together
'Cause you can't go
because
in pre-made, or
He's on
what?
console and I'm on PC. Apparently they're going to patch that and fix it, but it is a competitive mode. I've been having a lot of fun playing that one. It's a nice departure, and things are so different and fresh,
Cool.
and it's got a lot of potential to go the distance, especially the more they add like new heroes. So, because right now it's a pretty limited roster.
It's not the full roster.
No, it's like 17 heroes, and there's an achievement where you can get by winning a game of Stadium with each of the heroes in the starting roster, and I'm about halfway through it. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see. But that's a lot of fun. If you haven't played Overwatch in a while, or you want to start playing, this is a good time to do it. Lots of people are playing, especially Stadium. You can play it in first or third person. It feels very like a polished Marvel Rivals, with a lot more customization for your heroes. So
I like the idea of that. Really, like the talent building kind of like.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that. That's neat.
It's 7 rounds, best of 7. Each on the first, third, fifth, and 7th round, you get to pick a power, and the powers vary depending on the character, obviously. And you've got a whole sheet of them to choose from. So you could pick a power for your weapon, or you could pick a power for your survival, or your ability rather, and then your alt. Those are free and don't cost anything throughout the course of the round. You also have, after you pick a power, 3 categories of other things to pick to buff yourself up that are a little bit at first more generic, like 5% attack speed or 5% weapon power or 25 armor or whatever. And you've got a set amount of like Stadium points that you get assigned to you at the beginning, and you buy those. After each round, you can go in and sell them back for the same amount and then pick better ones. And then as you get more and more throughout the game, when you get kills, you accumulate points. And there's like bounties on other characters, so you could like kill a character and get a bounty, and that adds to your points.
That's
And
cool.
you can buy more stuff, and eventually you're so powerful, but so is everybody else. It really comes down to who picked the best combination of stuff. So
Cool.
I've really enjoyed that.
Sounds neat.
More yard work happened, which is, going to be a weekly thing, I think, going forward.
Oh my god, I got some fucking bushes that are like in the front of the house that I really should have trimmed because it was like Monday. I was leaving for work, and it's like it doubled in size over the weekend.
It's crazy. Like my yard, I mowed it yesterday. I bet when I get home tonight, it'll look like I haven't mowed it in a week.
Ours has like a bunch of dandelions in it, so it always looks like the next day it looks like a interplanetary landscape
because they grow so fast.
Yeah.
TGRI. Finding the broken capsules of the giant dandelions.
Yep. Yeah.
I finished. So I mentioned to Tyler last week off mics. I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl, the most recent book. It's really good. I really need to go back through and listen to the whole thing from beginning to end, because there was a lot of stuff in there that I had forgotten about, and I meant to do it that way. But I'm also reading the Morningwood series, the Everybody Loves Large Chests, and I'm on the most recent book of it. Apparently, this thing goes for 13 or 14 books. It's like every time I finish one, it says recommended for you, book 6 in
Came out
Everybody Loves
5
Large
minutes ago.
Chests. Yeah. So I've got to wait for my next Amazon credit to kick in on that one. But this series has turned into something other than how it started. You could tell at the beginning of the first book was much more like filthy and perverted and had a lot of sex stuff in it. And
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
it seemed out of place, but it was kind of fun to listen to. But that has sort of waned more as the series has gone on, and it's actually gotten quite serious. And it's gotten better with each book. So I do recommend it. It's a little bit weird at first, but once you start getting into it, it's pretty good. And it doesn't spend as much time, I think I mentioned this before, reading off like powers and stats the way that Dungeon Crawler Carl does. And if it's gonna do that, it gives you the it's its own section, so you can skip it.
I like that a lot. I wish I had the option to skip it in Dungeon Crawler.
There are some when they don't give you the option because it's important to the story, but a lot of times it's just you can skip this section and it'll go right to back to the story. So
I think it's really interesting that it changed in tone.
It's so weird. It's still got a little bit of that,
yeah,
because the original characters from the beginning are a certain way, and they're always going to be this way, and they're the ones that sort of facilitate that like really weird sex stuff. But they're still in the book and they still do this stuff, but it becomes less about that kind of shit and more about what's going on with the main character and some of the other people. It's
the author got into it.
Yeah,
he was having fun.
He was
like
it.
Oh shit, this is a story now.
It seems like it. And
my wife says I can't write it anymore unless I do this.
Yeah. The overworld in this seems really well put together and well thought out and planned. And I just kind of like the way that Dungeon Crawler Carl's sort of the center systems and that whole set of government and all the different races and species and all this kind of stuff. That's like, how the fuck does somebody come up with this stuff?
Yeah.
Is almost the same in this. And so Tyler, especially, I know you love Dungeon Crawler Carl. I would recommend this to you.
I have another series to recommend to you that I started that is in that same vein.
Is that right?
Called The Primal Hunter.
The Primal Hunter.
It starts off like almost the same way.
Okay.
A guy at work told me about it.
All right.
And like I started out, it's much more serious in tone.
Yeah.
But it is like he gets on an elevator when it opens back up. He's in another world. And a voice comes over. Your planet has finally reached technology level blah, blah, and may now join the multiverse.
Oh.
And he goes in and it's presented, pick a class, all that kind of stuff.
This is like
with all his coworkers from the office.
The anime isekai genre is like bled over into
lit RPG.
Yeah, that's whenever I hear this stuff, it's like, damn, man, that guy died on that elevator. You realize he got on that elevator. It fucking plummeted to the ground floor. He died, and what happened was this is his afterlife.
Yeah.
I hope that is revealed.
Mm-hmm. Zal, were you saying something?
Oh no, just the parallel between the isekai and the literary RP stuff that's been going on because TPH, Theme Park Hero, my real life brother, for those that aren't unaware.
It's like the Patrick Harris
has been
The
really
Patrick Harris.
into
Sound up.
audiobooks and Discords lately, and so he joined a Discord that has a bunch of authors that write some of these shorter forms content that's been put out on Kindle recently, and he was discussing just like how some of them are becoming problematic because they'll start a series and then they'll get ghostwriters to come in and start ghostwriting just content for them while they start another series, and then get a ghostwriter to just come in and do ghostwriting stuff for them. So kind of perpetuating this kind of get content out as fast as possible type of thing that I think we're seeing a little bit because of Mr. Sanderson just being so good at cranking stuff out so quickly.
Hell yes.
That these other authors seem like they're like, oh, we have to be able to do that too, and then it just
not George R.
I'm
Martin.
about to say not George R. Martin.
not
like,
Rothfuss. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, not Rothfuss
not
either.
Rothfuss.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm over here using AI and people are getting mad at me. All these other motherfuckers are using ghostwriters. What's the difference?
Right.
Come on.
Exactly.
Who writes the Gentleman Bastard series?
Ghostwriters that are probably using AI.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, Ghostwriter's like, yeah, I'll write your book. ChatGPT, help.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. So,
Yeah, Scott Lynch. Scott Lynch also been sitting on the next Liza Lachlan Moore book for like a decade now.
yeah.
Started in 2006. Waiting for book 4.
Same year Lala Milana was released originally.
We all died in 2006.
That I believe. That I do believe. Like since 2006, my life has definitely played out
exactly the way.
Yeah. Right.
Me too. In the movies / TV side of things, I've been watching season 3 of Reacher on Prime, which is becoming one of my favorite shows. I love it. And I watched a movie called Hell of a Summer, directed and written by Finn Wolfhard of Stranger Things and Ghostbusters fame.
All right.
And it sucks.
Oh,
it's
that's
not
a bummer.
good. They tried, and you could tell it's a first outing.
Yeah.
And I could also tell that this movie was not written for me as a 51-year-old man. I could see like someone Chicken Chica's age might thinking it's awesome.
Yeah.
But me, not so much. So it's not fair of me to say that it sucks. But
This is childish. Holds up copy of Enjoy Large Chests.
Right.
Please. Childish and pedantic. It insists
Pshaw.
upon itself.
So it was okay. It was a summer camp horror movie kind of
Okay.
deal. You know, I thought it had its moments. It had a few little chuckle moments, but it wasn't for me. I'm not saying don't watch it.
Is
I'm
it
saying
scary at
if you're
all?
over the age of probably 29.
What was it called
you're
again?
gonna- Hell of a Summer. No, not really.
Okay.
It was
Hell of a Summer
Hell-
or Hell of a HELLUVA?
Helluva.
Hello?
Helluva.
Helluva Summer. Hell of a Summer.
There's his first mistake.
Is it like a Goosebumps kind of like scary?
No,
level?
it's not. It's not. It's more than that.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
it's violent and it has.
Okay.
It's okay. It's just not. I listen. I watch a fucking
I know.
lot of horror.
I know,
So
I know.
this one was gonna automatically be lost on me. They're just trying to recreate the. It's like
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp meets Friday the 13th meets Scream kind of thing.
Okay.
And they're off to a start. Is what I'm gonna say. It's he and his friend. I can't remember. They're both in it, and they wrote and directed it. But it's fine.
Okay.
It's 2.5 stars. Was to say says, check it out.
Man, I do honestly feel like you saying this kind of resonates with me in that, like, I feel like the older that I get, the more shit that I've seen, it's tougher for me to take a piece of media and like truly be like, oh, holy wow, this is like,
It's tough.
oh my God, this is crazy. Like I've
Kenna
never
will
seen anything
like Seinfeld for the inverse of that. Yeah.
And I mean, to cleanse my palate, I rewatched Ready or Not, starring Samara Weaving, which is a great movie. I think I probably talked about it on the show before. It's about a woman who marries into this really rich family that made their money off of games, like board games and stuff. And I don't want to really get into it, but it's really good. And if you don't know who Samara Weaving is, she was well, first of all, she's the niece of Hugo Weaving, a.k.a. Elrond, a.k.a. Agent Smith. I told John the other day that Samara was Hugo's daughter, and I was mistaken in my facts. But she is his niece. She's also the first girl to die in Scream 6, but I don't think anybody here's seen that. But look her up. She's really good in Ready or Not, and that's a much better movie, and it's more up my alley.
Okay.
Got 2 more little things. Have you guys have you noticed, both of you having young children, my grandson, has absolutely I suffer from what is known as Siri shyness. I don't like to use it in front of people. I don't know why it bothers me to talk to the computer out loud when other people are around, but I don't do it, and I don't know why. But my grandson does not suffer from this affliction. And when he's in the shower at my house, he puts his iPad down on the table next to the tub and listens to Kendrick Lamar and Eminem and all the stuff that he's into. but he'll scream out, "Hey Siri, go!" Yeah,
Yeah,
shit. Everyone covers up there.
That's just life.
You
Yeah, you-
triggered my theory.
You ain't triggering shit on this, dog.
Yeah, no shit. Well, he'll say it and be like, "Advance 10 seconds." I'm in the living room watching TV. We have HomePods, which have that built in, and the shit advanced 10 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And it just got me thinking that, like, I will use it in the car when I'm driving, obviously.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm not texting and driving, and I'll use it in my office. But when I'm inside the house, even around Tanya or around John or someone, I don't like "Hey Siri" much. I don't know why I don't like to do that in front of people.
I don't like it, period.
I don't think
like
it
voice
works
stuff at
really
all.
well. That's why I don't use it a lot. Because like I get frustrated with it in the car because
Yeah.
I also, and it's weird because I feel like, I don't know, man. I'm not like an Apple fanboy or anything,
Right.
but I do generally I like
Yeah.
their iPhone. I like the phone. And the tablet. And I mean, I've had a MacBook Pro that I've liked, but I mean, I'm not like camp. I'm not like I'm in this camp and there's nothing else kind
Right.
of deal. But like Siri, Siri fucking sucks. Like to send messages. Yeah, now she's listening. Yeah, you suck. I don't like you. Because it's like I'll when I'm driving and I want to send a message, I never know if the message sent or not. It's like, come, you guys, like, have her be like, okay, it's sent.
It's okay.
Don't
so
worry
now,
about
though,
it. You're on the road.
It does that now. It does
Mine
that. now.
doesn't.
See,
Like,
so when I
does
do
she
it,
say it?
like I'll say, "Hey, you that person, text Tanya. I'm on my way home from Tyler's," and it'll come up to Tanya. "I'm on my way home from Tyler's. Send it." Yes,
But she should
Sent.
say that.
She does say that.
Oh, she doesn't on mine. Maybe it's a setting.
It may be
But
a
here's
setting,
my
yeah.
also thing. I'm like, send a message to Nikki, and it's like, takes forever. And then it's like, who did you mean? And then it's like 4 different people. And I'm like, well, it's the one that says Nikki. So
So one of the other things I found that helps is if you set a nickname
Yeah.
on people. So like if you have, Tanya Chandler, but you don't, and I have her nickname as Tanya. So it goes by the nickname. Otherwise I would have to say, send Tanya Chandler a message, so that could help.
that
But-
could be.
or you could just not fucking use it.
There's a lot of that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like a lot of hoops.
Yeah, yeah.
Sending to Nikki Cox, star of Happily Ever After via 1998.
Huh?
No, wrong Nikki.
No, that's fine.
How do
Like,
I have that?
That's fine, I guess. But also send it to my wife.
Anyway, I just thought it was funny that my grandson, he just doesn't have the slightest compunction, and apparently he can activate my home system, my home theater system from within the shower, 2 rooms away, because
I'm
he's being so
surprised
loud.
he can get it to work at all because, like, I would say Siri for me only works about 30% of the time.
Like
Yeah.
it answers. You mean?
Well, it either answering or you have to be connected to the internet to do that.
That
Yeah.
frustrates the
Yeah, I
shit
hate
out of
that.
All
me.
this stuff that you think it would be able to do and that are like really simple things,
Yep.
but it can't do for some reason.
Yeah, I think I asked Siri one time to like do a math problem for me or something. I mean, it was something like that, and the response I
Yeah.
got back was, "You're not connected to the internet,"
Yeah.
and it's like, "You're a computer."
Yeah, you were literally made for math at one point. And
Made of math.
made up. Yeah, it's frustrating when it doesn't work right, and Apple's, in the middle of a class action lawsuit over shit like that because they promised all this stuff and then didn't deliver.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On the 16, the most recent version of the phone,
Yeah.
the iPhone, there was stuff like Siri and Apple Intelligence and all this stuff that they said was going to work and be up and running and going, and it still isn't. And so they're probably going to have to pay a lot of money to pay people off, but it's not like it's going to matter. But I've been going, huh?
$2 each.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
It's like on the jerk, $1.69. He had to write a million checks for $1.37 or whatever it was. I've got one more thing. I brought something for us to snack on, just a little treat.
It's kind of like
All
a ring
right.
pop.
Zal, I'm going to hand you yours first.
Okay. All right. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
I like that Foley.
A little Foley.
That sounded, I don't know, that sounded a little sexy to me a little bit.
Oh.
These are
Fingers
peanut butter
on
and
ASMR
jelly
for you.
M&Ms.
Peanut
shit.
butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly M&Ms. Yes.
The colors designate the variety.
No, I think they're just mixed up in each one.
Oh, okay.
That's
So-
a good question. I assumed the same thing. I
So like,
assumed
I'm gonna eat one and one,
right,
and
the
then one or
peanut
the
butter
other.
colored one is the peanut butter.
They do have a peanut butter colored one and a jelly colored one, but these I think it's all mixed up inside. I had one earlier, so everybody try
Oh, yeah.
your
Thank
peanut
you.
butter jelly M&Ms.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
They're good,
I'm
aren't
pretty
they?
good. Yeah.
Zal, what do you think?
They're pretty good. I like the caramel M&Ms, but those are
Oh shit! Zal's allergic to peanuts. Zal, spit it out.
Spit it out. The brownie one is my favorite, but this is my second favorite.
Oh, I didn't know a brownie one existed.
Oh shit, dude! It's a real brownie on the inside of those fuckers. and
Wow.
it's delicious. I'll bring some next week.
I also
go-
like the coffee nut.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are good.
coffee nut's good.
There's more here if you'd like some more. A third of a bag of M&Ms is 140 calories.
It's not terrible.
15 carbs, 8 grams of fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, and 0 cholesterol, and 3 grams of protein. Let me know.
It's
if-
not
There's that
bad
peanut
until you
butter.
realize that's a third of a bag, Tyler.
Oh, a third of a bag.
Yeah,
Never mind.
don't eat the whole bag.
And then you realize, oh, I just ate 3 bags. Whoops.
Yeah. And this is a 2.83 ounce bag.
I got it. Thank you for the info.
Yeah.
That's good. Easter's fucked me up as far as like
Yeah.
candy goes because candy exists in the house now, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I can have my portion of Whoppers mini Easter eggs, which is like, so I measure out 32 grams of fucking fake eggs in a little ramekin. And
Does
then-
Nikki not do as much candy as she used to?
No,
Remember,
doesn't-
she was
yes.
like the candy queen every time I went over to your house. It
Yeah.
was just.
Yeah, I just complain about it a bunch because it's like I don't like Henry eating a bunch of candy, and he gets a lot at school, like way more than I would expect. Like a child at a public school to like he just gets a bunch of candy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. So it's like it being him eating it at school and then having it available at the house is just kind of, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of candy around our house all the time.
Yeah.
I just don't eat it.
Man,
I'll get like occasionally I'll grab up a Tootsie Roll or a Reese's little peanut butter cup or something, but I rarely eat more than a couple of pieces in a given day or two. And Cohen,
That's good, man.
Cohen knows not to get into it without permission, and he doesn't.
Henry knows too, but he does.
Yeah.
So
Now, granted, he probably sneaks one here and there, but he's usually really good about asking permission. So it's around for Tanya, so she can get a little sugar in her system, when she needs it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I have the willpower to resist it. The problem is it doesn't make me feel good.
Right.
I'm mad.
Right.
Because it's like,
'Cause you had to
I'm resisting it, but fuck this shit. It sucks. I want it.
I love that Bill Burr bit about just get the shit out of the house.
Yes.
If it's sitting there long enough, I fucking know me. I'll eat it. Anything. You can get fucking heroin sitting around the house. And I don't want to do heroin, but like I'm gonna have a conversation with my dad one day and be like, well, fuck it.
Fuck it. I'm just going to do a little heroin.
I understand that sentiment, but I'm also the person in the house who's been like, that's been there for 2 months. It's going in the trash. If no one's, it hasn't been finished by now.
You're feng shuiing it.
They're not
right?
gonna fucking
They're
miss
not
it.
gonna
It's
miss
gone.
it.
And if they ask, I'll be like, "Oh, you mean the shit that's been sitting out for 2 months? Yeah, throw that away."
You just
It
like
expired.
looking at it.
Expired.
You noticed it was gone, but you just like to look at it and not
Right.
actually consume it.
It's art,
Moldy art by this point. White moldy art.
and I always get that doesn't go bad, and it's like, okay,
Yeah. Eat a.
You know what does? Me. I'm about to go bad.
That's right. I'm Breaking Bad.
Eat a little Hershey chocolate from Christmas. Tell me if it tastes the same as it did when you got it fresh.
Vomit. Either way.
Yeah.
This is vomit, only worse somehow.
Ambergris.
That's it for me. I've taken up enough of y'all's precious time. Dave, what's up with you, man?
I loved it, man. Not much. I mean, so this thing came out in Final Fantasy 14 called Cosmic Exploration.
Cosmic Exploration.
Which it's crafting and gathering content. You're put on an instance area, big area, that's on the moon. Spoilers, I guess. But it's on the moon and you're building this base on the moon. And it is some of my look, I like high engagement content. I also really like brain dead content. This is brain dead content for me. Because it's like, this has been a great weekend of like, cool, I'm gonna do this for a really long time, and I'm gonna watch Stavi's World clips while I do it. I'm going to listen to a podcast that I love from 2006. Why not? Going to do that. I'm going to throw that on. I'm going to listen to a bunch of music.
Get that slow drip of dopamine right there.
Yep. Harvey Birdman episodes. Yep. Going to throw those on.
Yes.
While I do this. And it's been great.
Here indeed is that thing I sent you. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't done like anything else in Final Fantasy. Like it's just been like, okay, this thing's out. I guess I'm gonna fuck with this. And a lot of the content in the game, I don't know. I'll listen to music or something, but it's not typically something where I'll throw like a TV show on and watch at it, to borrow an Ianism.
I gotta get that game that you sent me installed. I haven't done that yet. The cat dice baseball or whatever.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
I thought of you when I saw it.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, and it came up in a podcast that I listened to. I have not listened to the episode, so I don't know if they liked the game or not. But I was like, oh man, Ian was just talking to me about like an idea for like a dice based game.
Yeah.
So that's it. Sorry. I mean, I can talk about spring cleaning. We've been doing spring cleaning, which means that I've like taken a shitload of comics out of Henry's closet to give him a closet. Felt like he's 10. He deserves a closet. He's earned a closet at this point. So I took all the comics out of there, and it's like, I guess I put them in this closet, and then I put them in that closet. But in order to do that, I had to like convert long boxes to short boxes and all that shit, and make a space in that closet for them. It's a fucking spiral, because it's like, oh, I can't do this one seemingly simple thing until I do 8 other things.
Right.
So it's been that. I can tell you that it made me want to not have comic books.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It did. That's the first time in my life that I had that feeling, but it was like, I'm not going to lie to you. There was a moment where I was like, man, I could just throw these the fuck away, which is something I've never fucking thought. But it was like, yeah, I could just throw these the fuck away because this is annoying the shit out of me.
Now that thought exists.
Now it exists. Because I was talking to Nikki about it. I was like, I could sell them, but that is a lot of effort unless I sell it all in one. And then it's like, I might as well throw them away.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So yeah, now it's
I'll give you $30 for all of it.
right. Exactly.
I know what I've got.
Yeah.
Can you bring it to my house?
Yeah. So that's about it. Tyler, what you up to?
As of today, this recording, it is Choco Chica's 16th birthday.
That's
Hell
too
yeah.
old.
Yep.
That's absolutely
Yep.
too old.
Is she still fast?
Yeah, so fast.
She
All
even
right,
warned
good.
us that she was getting ready to turn 16.
I blocked that. I refuse to accept that.
I laughed pretty hard whenever I said what year Kenna was born, and she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then Ian, you're just like, "That's gonna happen for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
So she went for her birthday. She wanted a gecko, so we went to PetSmart and bought her a gecko.
They have
and a
geckos at PetSmart.
terrarium. Yep. So I bought her a baby gecko. She named it Tuna. Sex to be determined. They didn't know. they were like looking at it. Well, we can't tell yet.
So when does the insurance kick in on those guys? At what age does the?
Did you save a lot of money?
About my gecko investments.
If you switch to Geico, but tell them we just got a live gecko in the house, does that qualify us for like a discount? I bet
you get a multi-gecko discount.
Sure, it does. Would you mind telling me the gender of the gecko?
Fuck. That's how they get you.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to need an answer.
You have 5 seconds remaining to answer, sir.
Or your rates
Don't look.
go up.
You can't look. We can tell if you look at the gecko. Don't look at it.
If you really care about that gecko, you know the sex, and we're gonna triple your rate if you don't get the answer right.
What's its gex? So that's another gecko.
Yes. Oh boy, we'll never. Well, I mean, we could branch out from beyond Super Nintendo. We could do a Gex game.
Yeah. Let's see. So her birthday, and then I was finishing up. I made her a Reese's cup birthday cake.
Shaped like a Reese's cup?
No, just
mustard.
Just the way she likes it. You could tell she was just drooling when we were eating that. Not gagging at all.
So devil's food cake. I made a ganache of milk chocolate and peanut butter to go in the middle.
Gnomish?
And then gnomish. Then I made a chocolate cream cheese frosting to go on it, and then peanut butter chips.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did Tuna like it?
Tuna's scared. Scared of everything.
Well,
Tuna.
yeah, little gecko balls might drop once he's not scared. Balls.
Because after I spent a few $100 on a gecko and gecko environment.
How much?
It's a few $100.
A few $100?
Yeah, on the terrarium and the gecko and all its stuff, and it's
Wait, what stuff? Like a little beach ball?
it's let's see, it's terrarium,
sunglasses.
it's coconut shaving bedding, and then the fake stuff to go inside of it, and a ladder and a gecko mister. And
Whatever happened to a jar
simmer
with a
gauge.
branch in it?
Simulated its environment here, so it'll feel at home.
This is not going to live long anyway, right? I can just put this in the jar. Poke some holes in the top.
Holes in the top, yeah.
And then after that, Melissa and I went and got our real IDs,
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
which actually wasn't that bad.
Mm-mm.
It really wasn't for
10-minute
us
wait,
either.
and then we got them, and it's all good.
It was we made an appointment and were able to go in at a certain time and had all our paperwork ready to go. And yeah, they got us in and out in probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
And then
I
it takes
was
like several
expecting a whole
weeks
thing.
for them to come in
Yeah,
the mail.
I'm waiting on that. I got my temporary piece of paper
Did they staple the piece of paper
to
your
my fucking license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just right. Wait till you go through TSA with that as your ID. They'll rip it off. The TSA will rip that off of there for some reason.
No, I've already ripped it off and put it back in my wallet.
Oh, did you?
So,
Okay.
now I just have a staple in the middle of my license.
Yep. They did that for me too. TSA ripped it off.
Yeah.
I wanted to show it to them because it's like, this is really me. Like I got a laminated piece of paper as well. Actually, I don't even think it's laminated anymore. It's just printed on plastic. Times are changing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Zal, hold up.
But say I
Yeah.
was almost to the end of my Vampire Survivors regular content and Emerald Diorama, so I bought all the rest of that shit, and I've got like 80 hours sunk in Vampire Survivors
Nice.
now.
Hell yeah.
It's still
yeah.
just like it's my new Hades. Sit down, do a 20 or 30-minute run, and then go on.
I love it.
It's so fucking good. Now I'm done. Zal,
Yes.
tell us about your week.
Well, much like Dave, I have been playing a lot of a small indie game called Final Fantasy XIV.
Please help support Square Enix. They're struggling.
The indie darling
there.
Square Enix.
Small indie game developer fix their buggy game.
Oh man, Zal, for real, I could talk to you for an hour about the fucking cosmic exploration bugs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they had emergency maintenance on it last night, so hopefully some of that cleared it up.
I hope so.
But other than that, I also am turning a year older tomorrow.
Ooh,
Happy birthday Eve.
Happy birthday.
Eve for Zal.
So you're
and,
also going to be 16?
Yes.
Okay.
23.
23.
Actually. And starting a new job tomorrow. So,
Hey, nice.
Sucks you got to work on your birthday.
Yeah, that's start a new job, but this would be stressful on your birthday. Tell them you don't want to come in because it's your birthday.
What if it
And
was?
it's so dumb because I told the person on the phone, I'm like, well, actually Monday's my birthday, so if I could start Tuesday, that'd be better. But I was looking at one of the calendars that starts the week on Monday.
Oh no! Yeah, I
And
hate
so
those
I
calendars.
thought my birthday was Monday, but it's actually Tuesday. So yeah, so it threw me off a day, but it's fine. I don't.
When you get there, how was your birthday? I was wrong. My birthday's today.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got a real bright one here, don't we?
That's one of those situations where it's like, it was great. I'm so honored to be working here at the birthday cake factory.
Yes. It's. I don't really typically do very much for my birthday, anyways. Famously, for my 21st birthday, I gave a presentation in my astronomy class.
That old storied tradition.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm impressed you remembered what you did for your 21st birthday.
It was only 2 years ago.
Literally,
Turned 23.
That is a good point.
And there was no alcohol involved. So it's pretty easy to remember.
I literally asked Nikki 3 days ago, do you know what I did for my 21st birthday? And she was like, no. And I was like, yeah, me neither. I know I didn't drink a lot, so I feel like I should remember.
You gotta embellish that story and be like, on my 21st birthday, I gave an astronomy presentation at my old high school. I wasn't even invited, but I was so fucking drunk.
And it was all about cosmic exploration.
It only took like 10 minutes for the police to come.
Right? Yeah.
I remember what you did for my 21st birthday, Dave.
Well, yeah, you had a big 21st birthday.
So I was only.
I think I played Final Fantasy 11. You know what I mean? But you went to 3 cities.
I rode with you to get Malibu.
On my 21st birthday?
I think so. I think it was your 21st birthday, and we went. You were like, "I'm good. You want to go with me? Go get some alcohol for my birthday." We went down to Paris and bought Malibu.
Hell yeah. I still like Malibu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little rum.
Yeah. I love
Paris, Tennessee, by the way. David didn't fly to Paris for his 21st birthday.
To get Malibu.
For your rum?
From the source.
But
For the true Parisian rum.
hamburger.
Hamburger.
No, but also during cosmic exploration, I've been watching a lot of YouTube and movies and things of that nature. So The Shadow was free on YouTube, so I watched The Shadow recently.
Shadow knows.
That's the 1994 Alec Baldwin
Right.
Yep.
from
I'm
radio dramas.
surprised that's not a Super Nintendo game.
Same.
I am also, yeah.
I'm going to look that up to make sure it's
I gotta
not.
say, I kind of.
Movie
But
game
there's no-
episode.
We wouldn't have missed The Shadow for the
surely
movie
not.
game
I don't
episode.
think you would have missed
Stretch.
The Shadow.
We didn't miss Dick Tracy, for fuck's
Right.
sake.
Which is.
Right, exactly.
It is.
It is?
It is.
No, it's
Wait, it
not.
Holy shit. How
did we miss that?
Is it based on the movie?
Based on the 1994 Universal film of the same name.
Hey, guys, let's do The Shadow next week.
Okay.
Blame Zal.
Flames.
Happy
out.
birthday.
I didn't realize it was a Super
Oh.
Nintendo game either. But
That's weird. It looks like it beat him up. Okay.
Oh, well, now you're in.
Yeah, no, I'm in.
Well, I'm out.
No, you get to play it, beat
I'll
him up.
watch the
I get to
movie.
watch The Shadow. We both get to do something we don't want to
We're
do.
both going to be angry and
Yeah.
frustrated.
Oh, and I guarantee you, by the time I get to the game, I'm gonna be playing it and be like, "This is the shittiest beat 'em up."
It's not going to be good.
All right, we don't have to randomize.
Nope.
I cannot believe we missed it.
All hail the randomizer.
All hail.
One of
Even
us.
if we don't use it every week. But.
Not all hail, all, comma, hell.
Hell.
All hail the randomizer.
Oh, hell no. The randomizer.
Oh hell yeah. So other than that, and recently I rewatched all 4 John Wicks, which is a lot to do all in a row.
Yep.
Those movies tire you out.
They are
visually
exhausting.
very quickly.
You're not wrong.
Take breaks in between your John Wick movies for sure. But,
Remember to hydrate.
Hydrate and
yes.
practice good aftercare.
Pretty much been my last couple weeks.
All right. Well, we're glad you're here.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Very glad.
We've got a game.
We do.
Do you have something else, Tyler? Do you have anything else for us?
Am I forgetting
A
something?
draft or anything like that today?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow.
Honestly, I was busy making a cake.
Yeah.
And we went to elementary school. Jack had his second big IEP evaluation to kind of make a plan for him in school.
Yeah.
So I took off today to go do that, and
Gotcha.
then bought a gecko, and then made a cake.
And got a real ID.
What
And
a
got a real
day.
ID.
It's a busy day.
Oh, the real ID. Man, I learned about a bridging document because of the real ID. I didn't know that there was a thing called a bridging document. Do you guys know the bridging document?
I don't.
It's because when I was waiting to get my real ID, I saw about 70% of the women who walked in to get a real ID turned away because they did not have a bridging document, which is essentially a marriage license.
Oh yeah, we had
Yeah,
to call
Melissa
the
had to get hers.
state and get Tanya's birth certificate and social security card, and one of our marriage licenses has disappeared, and so we had to go to the website and have the Kentucky state government send us certified copies of those. So, but yeah, the bridging document, I never heard of it called the bridging document.
I hadn't either. And every woman who was turned away was like, what is that? A marriage license. And I remember thinking probably the third time I heard them say you need a bridging document, I'm like, why don't you just say your marriage license?
We kind of assumed that since Tanya changed her last name to mine when we got married, that they would want something that shows that she's married to me.
It makes sense. It's not something I would have thought of.
But a lot of people I
Yeah,
can
it makes sense.
imagine wouldn't think of it. We've been married twice, so we didn't know if that was going to be a factor either, because even though she never changed her name away from mine, we brought both marriage licenses. I mean, we had so much fucking paperwork. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But more is better.
I brought a bunch of fucking mail. I didn't know what kind of mail what would count.
Bill with your address and your name on it and all that. Yeah.
There was a coworker of mine, her granddaughter was having a hard time getting her permit because she was asking me a bunch of questions, and I was like, I don't know why you're asking me. I don't know why I look like I'm the one who's gonna know. Henry's 10, you know what I mean? So it's like in 5 more years, this will be within my realm. But she was like, so what do I need? I was like,
Do I need my marriage license?
your
your
bridging
bridging
document?
document?
Yeah. I think the reason she asked me is because she's like, hey, you know how to find things on the internet, and I don't. So can you find this for me?
Right.
And I don't know what they do, because it mentioned that they needed a piece of mail to verify their address, and it's she's 15 years old. Does Chaco Chica, does she have her
She couldn't get she got her permit today, tried to get her real ID, but didn't have the mail, so that she couldn't get it. So
How's she gonna
get mail?
get mail a bill with
Columbia's
her name on it?
CDs?
She's received mail before. Because she is in all these HOSA programs, she's already getting stuff for college.
Okay.
nursing
I
stuff.
could see that working.
So.
Yeah.
You should send her an invoice for rent.
That's pretty good. I should do that.
Cost 1 gecko. Sorry. I'm just teaching you how it's like in the real world.
Just got a hot spoon. I'm lighting. Well, Matt. Magic sword. Do we have a letter to go with it?
I do. This letter is how I proved my identity
Nice.
to get my real ID. It's from Z Lord.
Lord,
Brad.
I'll do it.
Lord.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Brad writes, you guys are putting on a great show so far. I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you.
Sometime in the last 6 months, I opened my front door at night to get a package off the porch, only to see an incorrectly delivered Panera order from approximately 8 hours earlier. In the bag were 2 sandwiches, 2 soups, and a drink sat alongside it.
It's $80.
The receipt said the order cost something like $48, and that's before DoorDash or whoever adds their fees and a tip. The grand total was probably over $60. 2 people could go to Chili's twice, almost 3 times, and get an appetizer, entree, side, and a drink for what this sad little bag of garbage cost.
They could almost buy a Switch 2 game.
Almost. I pitched the whole thing
Sad
in the
little bag of
trash
garbage
can
finding in
because
college.
it was 8-hour-old Panera. Anyway, Magic Sword. Magic
Magic
Sword.
sword.
You can
Say it. Say it, God, to the table. I'm sorry, Zal. I didn't mean to leave you out of that. Please feel free to have a guy come over and fillet you and record it for us.
It doesn't have to be a guy.
It doesn't have to.
It's just going to be much easier to facilitate.
On the job application, it does say preferred. In parentheses.
It doesn't. Mine. It doesn't say preferred. It's just like I know who's going to answer this. like you can. Don't even say you're a woman. Just
If a woman did answer it, I'd be concerned for her.
maybe not want to receive that one.
if a woman did answer, I'd be like, "Are you the woman or are you her husband?"
Anyway, Magic Sword. You guys can really tell this game was from the early 90s because there's no way that one company would release 2 medieval themed beat 'em ups in the same year in this day and age. This came out in 1992, the same year as Knights of the Round. From July 1992, GamePro, the same one with Super Bowling Review, a review by Earth Angel.
Earth Angel, Earth Angel, won't you be mine?
What are you guys doing? I don't understand this.
Love you all the time.
You don't like it, but your kids will.
Okay, all right.
Nice. Perfect. Earth Angel writes, fans of Capcom's arcade greats will be ecstatic to hear that yet another coin-op classic is making its way to the SNES. Magic Sword is a non-stop hack-till-you-drop arcade-style combat. A slice of fantasy life.
Heyo.
Step into the sandals of a totally buff fighting warrior and chop your way through 50 side-scrolling floors of a mysterious dark tower. A dark tower?
Dark Tower.
It's a
Thank
dark
you, Si.
tower-based video game. Thank you, Si. Long days and pleasant nights.
It also has a black orb.
I know. So okay, good. Because every time the black orb was mentioned, I would mutter under my breath.
Your goal is to vanquish the evil that lurks atop Drakmar Keep. The only thing missing from the arcade version of Magic Sword is simultaneous 2-player action. Too bad. If this game had simultaneous 2-player action, it would have been unplayable, in my opinion.
Which is probably why it didn't.
There was a lot going on in that game, and I got a lot of slowdown, in other words.
I did too.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of it. I have a question about that. Put a pin in it. Help me remember to ask the question about the slowdown later. Okay. Hardcore hackers may not break a sweat playing Magic Sword, but they'll have plenty of fun trying.
I'm in.
This is Magic Sword. Yeah. I know this.
Hack the black orb.
Each floor is fraught with perils from boiling lava pits to falling boulders. A horde of undead creatures, including skeleton warriors, electrifying jellyfish, and stinging scorpions, are out to make you just another has-been warrior. Don't go alone. An options screen enables you to customize the game's button for excellent game control. Our hero can jump and fight with his sword.
Hell yeah.
That is some customization. You want that to be under the tip of your thumb or the ball of your thumb? Just take your pick. We at Capcom think outside the box.
Put that on the box. You can jump and swing your sword. Oh, fuck. Shit.
God damn, ain't science something?
When he reaches different levels in the game or fights one of the 7 incarnations of the evil bosses, he earns a more powerful sword. Magic Sword's warrior hero can also free one of 8 different companions to fight by his side.
Please tell me they have the names.
I don't know. He can unlock their jail cell doors with keys he finds hidden in treasure chests. Treasure chests hold more than keys. Some items are good, some are bad. For example, grab a crystal ball to help you locate hidden treasure chests. On the downside, grab an upside-down heart and you'll lose life energy. Cutting comments.
I didn't run across either of those.
I didn't either. I played through like
I played through a lot.
10 or 11 levels, maybe. Maybe more.
I got into the 40s and I didn't see a crystal ball. Well, here's the other thing is a lot of times I didn't know what the fuck I was picking up.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell which item is which.
Yeah.
It really
you don't
is.
know what you're looking at.
And then it's also like, because there's a gauntlet in the game. And I didn't even know it was a gauntlet until there are these like interstitial scenes where you finish a level and you're walking up the stairs. A gauntlet was mentioned. It's like increases your physical, your sword swing. And I was like, oh, I bet that's what I had. I bet that's a gauntlet.
Well, it was also like if you have a diamond, the lizard man may join your party. I'm like,
Right.
How the fuck do I know if I have a diamond?
And also, is the lizard man the gargoyle?
Because I thought that's what it was because it came with me right after that.
Right, yeah.
Cutting comments. If you've got a yen for a good dose of arcade-style hack and slash, Magic Sword's the ticket. Occasional slowdown isn't too troublesome. Disagree.
I've got other names.
And ultra cool music makes you feel like fighting.
Including Big Man.
Yep.
Adjustable challenge on a floor select up to floor 33. Make for a game that anyone can beat. But don't cut down on the fun. Grab your sword and get ready to make some magic. Magic Sword by Capcom.
Are you ready for
Graphics.
some magic?
Graphics. 4.5.
Okay.
Sound 4.5.
Okay.
Control 4.0. Fun factor 4.5. Challenge adjustable. Price not available. 8 megs. Available July 1992. Action adventure 1 player. I liked this game. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good quarter muncher. I would have thrown a lot of money at this game back in the day.
I liked it too.
Out.
I was surprised that I liked it because it's called Magic Sword.
Right. Lord continues. Gentlemen, grab your swords and get ready to make some magic. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, I liked it. I had a good time with it. I felt it was really approachable. I could get in and it just felt like playing an arcade game. It did get to that slowdown point to me, like when the coins would start falling into and shit would just lock up. Now, was this the case for you guys on console as well?
It didn't lock up for me, but it
never
did
locked up.
Okay.
It came close on my emulator.
It slowed down. Yeah, I mean, the slowdown was noticeable. It was like R-Type style slowdown at points, but I was always kind of like, it seemed to snap back pretty quick.
Yeah.
And also it's like, well, it's 1992. They have a shitload on the screen.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get why it's happening. And there are also times where it would happen when I was like jumping, like when I was like platforming, and it actually ended up helping me because it's like, oh, okay, I can think a little bit.
I had one
You get more
situation.
reaction time.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I had a situation where I was fighting the one like griffin that had the skulls swirling around it, and when those skulls came out, it was like,
Yeah.
but it was like cool. I'm just holding down my fire button, and I'm like, I can see he's getting ready to jump, so I'm just gonna get ready to move.
Right.
And I moved under him. It was an easy win because I had a little extra
You could
time
think.
to think.
Well, I had the worst slowdown at those bladed circles that would swing the blade just over the
With the dwarf
floor.
faces on them.
Yes.
Those levels that have the swinging blades. Those are notorious for the slowdown.
And, I mean, it chugged down to like a frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of, I feel like there wasn't a lot of mode 7 used, if any, and I kind of feel like if they would have utilized some mode 7, they could have potentially like gotten by some of that slowdown. The only reason I really say that is I don't know that much about how they made Super Nintendo games, but I think about Castlevania eggs, you know? And it's like,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
and I mean, there's quite a bit of mode 7 in that's used well, you know, and it's one of those where it's like, I wonder if that's why one of the reasons that there's not as much slowdown in that game. Magic Sword reminded me a lot of like, this is going to sound crazy, but like in the beginning, it reminded me a lot of like, oh, this is like if someone kind of did like a 16-bit Symphony of the Night. Because it's like,
I could see where it's an early, like, I don't know what word I'm thinking of, like an ancestor of that. Because I totally see where like Castlevania 3 begets this begets.
Yeah, because with all like the different characters that switch out, this game gave me Castlevania vibes for sure. And it's like, the characters that switch out remind me of Castlevania 3. It also, I don't know, all the dialogue and stuff, which isn't spoken, you know, it's you read it, but I mean, all of that stuff kind of reminded me of Symphony of the Night. And then how like you're exploring one castle and it's you're picking up new weapons. You're not really, you always have a sword, but like
it's a better
sword.
Yeah.
And that kind of gave me like a side-scrolling shooter kind of vibe, where it's like, oh, okay, I'm upgrading my weapon.
Especially if you have an ally that shoots projectiles,
right?
You know,
exactly.
And which the gargoyle was my favorite up to the point where I quit playing, just because I liked his attack. Zal, we know you're a big fan of this game when you played it a lot. I have a question? Did you ever beat this game?
No.
No.
And yesterday when I played it, I was on normal difficulty. I got around 12 or 13 on my normal difficulty playthrough. You throw it down to easy, and then like the first run, I think I got to floor 22 on easy, and then because of the way the game is set up at the very beginning, you can choose what floor you start on. So on my playthrough after I got to 22, I started at 22, then I got to 33-ish.
That's when that stops, right?
Which is where that's as high as you can place yourself in the tower to start. And then so my final run, I started at 33, made it to floor 50, died probably 2 enemies before the last boss.
Oh man.
So
well,
and it's one of the limitations that the SNES port has versus the arcade game is the arcade game, throw another quarter in there, you're good to go.
Right.
The SNES, you get 3 continues and that's it, which is the unfortunate part about that.
I thought it was really cool how you like score and the treasure that you gather matters, because like after you beat a boss, it's used to like determine how much vitality you gain back. And I was like, oh, that's I like that.
That is cool.
That's like an incentive to like actually put myself in peril. To like, it's like everything's a risk reward kind of thing. Where it's like, do I try to get this fucking bracelet, or if it didn't matter, it would be easy. It'd be like, I don't give a shit about score. I just want to fight the final boss. You know.
Well, see,
and rewards you a lot for being able to get through a floor with taking minimal damage.
Yeah.
Because everything in this game is out to kill you. And you get stuck in a certain place in the map and you take way more damage than you want to. And so if you're playing well and you're able to avoid a lot of that damage and traps and things, you can end the level with, a decent score and gain quite a bit of health back for the future floors. So,
well, according to my research, I guess the coin-op version was a 2-player game. You could play 2 players, which I think would have been obviously nice. We talked about that a little bit. It would have been nice, but it would have been impossible for 2-player unless they had ramped up the memory on that cartridge or something.
Yeah, or like decrease the number of enemies.
It would be impossible for the Super Nintendo hardware.
Yeah, exactly.
On the arcade,
I could see that being
pretty
better.
good. And it's nice because you get your simulation of your full quote unquote full D&D party, right? You have your warrior, and you have your one of you pick the cleric, one of you pick the wizard, and then you have like your full 4 people D&D party going through the tower. So
It's a gauntlet.
It's it's like you get your in 2-player mode, do you get to select because I haven't played the arcade game. In the arcade game, do you get to like play as like the wizard?
It's just a second warrior. But,
okay.
That's a color swap. I think there's a slight visual difference on the sprite, but I'm not entirely sure.
Alan the Brave and Belger the Brave. They're both very brave boys.
Yeah.
If you are playing on the coin op version, does each player also get someone walking with him, like a ninja?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you each get your own ally, which is what I'm. Yeah.
So now it's like Contra. Now you're like throwing just tons of firepower ahead of you.
Did y'all? And they level up, which I think is really neat. You like your companions level up, and I don't know exactly how that works. Like, and they can also die too. But it would seem like even if I didn't like, and you recruit these characters essentially by collecting keys and then using the keys on like jail cell doors, and it's kind of like a gamble, I guess. The first time through, you don't know who you're going to get at each door, right? I think it'd be really neat if it was, because this game seems so like it has a lot of like weird intricacies to it, and I like that.
Yeah, I didn't understand it at all. I knew there was so much more depth to it than I was understanding, but it was just like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, because you can do that because I feel like the gameplay itself is pretty simple. It's a side-scrolling hack and slash, and it's like, okay, so the gameplay is simple, and then they layer these these weird intricacies over it, where it's like, I wish they would have taken it a step further even, and it's been like, well, it's randomized who you get at each door. I think stuff like that would like help the replay value.
Yeah.
Like I think like a ROM hack of this game where it's like almost done in like a roguelike style. Like the game pretty much is kind of the same, but there's more RNG elements to it, and it's like you just see how far you can get, essentially with like on one life kind of deal.
A Magic Sword 2 with that kind of stuff in set with modern kind
Magic
of
Swords
gameplay and stuff. That would be it would go pretty far, I think, in terms of how enjoyable that would be, because you could absolutely roguelike and randomize this because I think the floors are obviously not random.
Right.
The jail cells, I believe, are fixed, and some of the the trapped chests are fixed, but then the other chests, the drops are random or something like that. So it does have that slight element of randomness, and you don't know exactly what kind of item you're going to get, but you should know, well, if you play a lot, like I think you should know where all the cleric doors are. If you know that clerics are on floor 6, 9, 13 or whatever, and then you can plan on when your cleric levels up, because if you get the same if you rescue the same party member, like again, like if you have a cleric and then you pick another cleric up, that you get 2 levels.
So do they level up?
The majority.
That makes sense, because that's why Uma for me was level 5 when I got him again, but then I wanted the cleric, it was level 3. So that makes sense.
So they level up each time you rescue them? Is that how that works?
So there's incentive to not keep the same one the whole time.
Yeah. So there's 2 different leveling things for the companions. We could talk about the companions. There's 8 different companions. Tyler, you said you had the list of names for that?
Amazon Sarah, the archer. Ninja Guy.
Den.
Maito Guy.
Ninja Guy Den.
Thief Derek.
Thief or thief?
Thief
Like
Derek.
Thiefdom.
Thief Derek.
Priest Ariel. Big Man Uma.
Big man.
Which is giant in Japanese? Is that Udama?
I don't know.
I just know that from Naruto saying Udama Rasengan. and Shippuden. Wizard Nyura, Lizard Man Ryugo, Knight Lothar of the Hill People.
Of the Hill People.
And the tower bosses. The Chimera, fought that fucker multiple times.
I apparently had the diamond because the guy, it's a lizard guy.
Yeah, I had it too.
So
Yeah, I never got the lizard guy.
Do you have a favorite? Favorite companion?
I ended up using the priest the most. Just because I read that his magic can affect undead, and there's a bunch of fucking undead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, the cleric's really good. The ninja is really good. All of them have their kind of strengths and weaknesses. The thief lets you see traps in the treasure chest.
Yeah, with
so
a
you
skull.
Can avoid the trapped chest.
And it felt like I was able to find, like, 'cause every now and then there would be a chest that there are hidden chests, and every now and then I would see one flashing. This might be like purely like psychological, but it felt like whenever I had the thief, it felt like I could see those more frequently.
Yeah, you can see hidden treasure chests with the thief.
is he the same thief that will steal your stuff if you don't pick it up quick enough?
It is, I think, but there's also the ninja drops down occasionally and does that too when you aren't picking up items quick enough. So I think they take turns stealing your items.
I had a weird experience, and this is one of those where it's like, I hope it's programmed this way. It probably isn't. It was probably just coincidence. But when you rescue an NPC, a companion from a jail cell, they typically give you an item.
Yeah, they drop an item. Yeah.
The priest, like I rescued the priest, and one time the priest gave me a heart. I swear one time I rescued the ninja. He gave me the item that he had just stolen from. And it's like, I hope this is not coincidence. I hope it's like, because I mean, it happened like right afterwards. Because there are areas where it's like treasure landed in fire. And it's like, well, I'm not getting that.
Nope. And fire means death, instant death.
So
there's a couple treasure chests that they purposely placed in the fire for whatever reason.
Right.
It makes it almost impossible to get. And it's like, this is not worth it. I'm just gonna skip it, even if it's something crazy good. Just pass it. Just let it go.
But I really want because I honestly feel like this game, especially the arcade game coming out in 1990, like this is a different kind of fantasy game. Like this is like, I realize that Capcom put two other like belt scrolling beat 'em ups shortly after this, but it's like this to me feels more like a different era. Like this is a different era of arcade game than say like Knights of the Round or King of Dragons.
And also, Dave, you're right. Derek can detect hidden chests.
Generation like Altered Beast style,
right?
So you think of like that Altered Beast generation, and then this was like at the tail end of those types of games. So
there are apparently two endings to this game. If you use the black orb, you become the next evil ruler, and that's the bad ending. And
does it sound so bad?
If you destroy the black orb, you free the land.
Okay, it's two good endings.
Yeah,
especially for fans of the Dark Tower.
Oh man,
just the sheer fact that it has two endings is just like.
And not infinite endings.
Game, it's like, that's crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
I like the music in the game, but I do feel like I wanted it to, for whatever reason, when I was playing it, I was like, okay, I like this music, but wouldn't it be cool if it was like more like RPG sounding? And I know that's probably not the target they were going for, but like, I just feel like the music was, it made sense. The music was very arcadey. Mm-hmm. But I do think it would have been cool if it was a little more like, I don't know, lush, I guess.
Yeah.
And varying, because I feel like it didn't really vary that much
Not a whole lot.
In the tower itself.
I wish I wish every boss was unique instead of reusing the same two or three.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. They change them up, but they're essentially palette swaps, because it's like you fight a dragon and he has like one breath attack, and then you fight him again later, I guess, as a Hydra.
Got the Bydra.
Right. Yeah, I know. And then he has like 2 lightning breath attacks. It's like, oh, okay. It's a little bit different, and it's nice that it's different, but I agree. It would have been cool if they all would have been different. I'd have been down for more frequent bosses too.
Yeah.
Which it's really not. This game isn't a slog at all. It's like a lot of the levels. Like there's one level where you like literally cross a fucking castle bridge that has bats, and that's it. It's like 2 screens. Which the bats are really fun. I found the bats are really fun to use your magic on.
Yeah, because it just
blows them all the fuck up. They turn into giant unicorn coins that you can pick up.
So,
yeah, I know.
That's one surefire way to slow the game down.
Yeah, the bats are super annoying. So anytime I'd see them, I'd just fucking blast them.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I want to play the arcade game now to try it out. I did watch a YouTube video of like arcade gameplay. I thought it looked really good. I think the SNES port looks fine, but like seeing it next to the arcade game, it's
for a 92 game.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for 1990, like in the arcade, like being able to play that, like it was amazing whenever I could find it, because it'd be like, hell yeah, I get to play Magic Sword and put like $1 in and see how far I can get or whatever. And then when I found out that it had a SNES port, when I was late high school, early college, I picked that up, no brainer, and like, you know, threw hours into it every once in a while, just to play it, because it's just a fun sit back play game. You know, it doesn't require like any thought or anything. It's just literally kick back and play, and because the controls are so simple, it's very much a reactionary type game that you could get very skilled at if you're good at, you know, reading what's going on or memorizing, you know, this is where this enemy is going to pop out and things like that. So
where would you put this in the scope of the SNES library? Top 100, bottom 100?
Well, I was going to spoil it earlier, but I was going to see if you asked that question, because this is on my top 100. Like if I was doing my own personal top 100 list, I would easily put this game on my top. It'd probably be pretty low on the top 100, but it's definitely up there.
I could agree with that. I liked it well enough to think that it has a place in there.
There's stuff I enjoyed less on the top 100 list than I enjoyed.
Absolutely.
Videos.
I don't know. This would be a close one for me, because I really liked it, but it's very different. I think if it made it on my top 100, it would be because I'm trying to think of something on the Super Nintendo that really plays like this, and I kind of have a hard time coming up with something. There are a lot of like belt scrolling beat 'em ups, but this is like a side scrolling hack and slash. This as I was playing this, I was like, it is crazy to me, because this feels like I'm playing a Genesis game on the Super Nintendo, because the Genesis got all those early 90s arcade ports. That was their thing. That was their staple in the beginning, and it's like I felt like we didn't really get a lot of that on the Super Nintendo. So like that was like a weird experience, and that honestly elevated it for me because it makes it feel a little more unique and special. So yeah, I mean, I could see it going on my top 100.
Yeah,
I was debating on putting it at number 2, just under Kirby's Dream Course. That might be a little too controversial. So.
Yeah, that's the best game of all time, dude. What are you talking about?
Like, I could easily boot out Mortal Kombat 3 and put this on.
Yeah, I'd rather play this than Mortal Kombat 3.
I could see that, yeah.
Or even Blackthorn. I could go up to 90.
Blackthorn's tough.
I like Mortal Kombat 3 on the 64, but I didn't like it on the Super Nintendo, so...
Mortal Kombat games are always better on the Genesis for me. I just like them better. Not just because of the violence, but because the gameplay was better.
I agree. But the precedent was set with with the violence. That one was like, oh, okay, I see one company like takes us, I don't know, it's weird to say, but takes it more seriously than the other. Or respects the I don't know, the arcade version.
The original, yeah.
But then again, I had it on the Game Gear, so fucking anything. I'll take it on the Super Nintendo, baby.
Yeah. Well, you guys got any achievements for the game?
No, not really. Sometimes, man, I just can't get the funny to come out. I just can't get anything good to come out.
You gotta get inspired.
I gotta be inspired. I love the game, but I just didn't.
You had whiskey achievement.
Sometimes I'm at home and I'm there by myself, and I just say all the funny stuff there because I can, because I have the privacy to do that, and I can be as funny as I want to be, and tell all the jokes that I want to, and then
I'm so funny when you guys aren't looking.
Oh my god!
Man.
And then my wife gets home. And she wants me to be funny, and I'm like, oh, I took advantage earlier and was like really super funny while you were gone.
Well, I was uninspired with the achievements this week, but I do have some Chat GP achievements.
Oh shit!
Oh,
hell yeah!
New segment.
If you'd like to hear these, they're terrible.
Of course. Great.
The Chat GPT is such a pussy. It won't just have fun with it. They're always wholesome. I need to prompt it to be filthy with these achievements.
Or I'm curious what happens if you, because I don't know what your prompt looked like, but if you tell it, write me 4 achievements in the style of Tadpog, and just see what happens.
I'm doing that right now.
Did you mean tadpole?
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Ribbit.
Get a tail. Develop your tail.
All right. 4 funny and possibly perverted achievements in the style of the Tadpog podcast.
This is great, because now to put Tadpog podcast in its memory, so when other people ask for achievements, it'll be like, oh, like the ones they do on Tadpog. This is like free advertising. It's great.
Here was his.
It's going to scrape the tadpog.com and train itself on all the episodes.
Yep.
All right. It says, the prompt was, write me 4 funny and possibly perverted achievements in the style of the Tadpog podcast.
Okay.
Chat GPT's answer was, haha, all right. If we're channeling Tadpog style, that perfect mix of funny, self-deprecating, and occasionally dirty humor.
Hell yeah.
Here are 4 funny and mildly perverted achievements you might unlock while playing Magic Sword.
Okay. So far,
number 1.
Get a blowjob on your plane.
Man, what if it's like, oh, did you mean Magic Sword? Man, this shit's getting scary,
that
guys.
would be good. Now that would happen if it were on TikTok somehow.
Right.
All right, number 1. Sword ain't the only thing that's magic. To get that, you charge up your sword attack to full power while staring directly at your ally's pixelated booty.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
First of all, you don't charge up. Anyway.
Well, it charges automatically, but one of the things about the sword charging is if you swing your sword too often, your charge goes away.
It never charges.
Okay.
The projectile. And when you're getting it to the higher levels and the better swords, it does change slightly the projectile from a fireball, and eventually it becomes a lightning
bolt. I think so. It's like, obviously they took
Gives
inspiration.
You the incentive to not fucking button mash.
To mash it.
Yeah.
Obviously they took inspiration from Zelda, because the Master Sword does that, or just the sword does that. But also when you're down to 1, your last hit, you get the annoying beep 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 beep.
Yeah, I thought of that too.
Yeah.
Okay, the second Chat GP achievement. I like my wizards like I like my women. And to get that, you recruit every wizard you see, then immediately regret your life choices when they ghost you harder than your last Tinder date.
Hey, I thought it was going to get real racist with it. I was like, ugh.
I did not read ahead.
Yeah. I was like, is ChatGPT just going to have a 1-word white?
I picked up the wizard fairly late in the dungeon on one of my runs on accident, and I was kind of disappointed with him. But although he is one of the ones that you can actually control his projectiles a little bit because if you hold down, he will shoot downwards.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I also found out that if you press up when you jump higher.
Oh,
You jump a little higher. Yeah.
A little bit. Like it's not noticeable other than like there were a couple platforms that were just like a little bit out of range.
Yep.
Man, I hated the fucking black mage at first because like at level 1 he fucking sucks. It's like they obviously played D&D because like by level 8 I was like, oh shit, his like orbs of annihilation now are like literally like a quarter of the size of the screen.
Yeah.
number 3, Key Party.
Oh. Hey, that's a pretty. I see where it might be going with this.
To get Key Party, you unlock 5 prison cells in a row without remembering who you were trying to save, just like your last swingers meetup.
I mean, it could work on its delivery, but otherwise, like, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good. The last GP achievement, number 4, Full Tower, Empty Heart. And to get Full Tower, Empty Heart, you climb all 50 floors while keeping the same ally at your side, because unlike your last relationship, at least this one throws fireballs for you.
It's leaning too heavy on self-deprecation.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's like it's beyond self-deprecation. It's like write this achievement as if I were an incel. Climb all 50 floors and then I don't know, write a letter to your local Chili's establishment.
Call Biden a cuck and
the ChatGPT's statement after providing these achievements was, want me to throw in a few extra filthy secret achievements that probably shouldn't make it into a real list, but would totally crack up TADPOG fans.
Spicy.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
But
crank it up a notch.
That was a fun little way of me getting out of having to come up with my own achievements. Dave, what'd you have?
Well, this is proof. This is proof that I was thinking about a certain something when I was playing this game.
Okay.
First achievement, Data Chum. In order to unlock Data Chum, you recruit Big Man because he's like your dad. You see,
Yes.
Big Man, Data Chum.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Data Chuma.
Yeah. If you could next time we do chat GP achievements, if you could type it in that you have to explain it, then that would be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's what makes it
because that's what makes it funny.
Right.
It's the ones you have to explain.
You have to explain it.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Next achievement. Did a chest. In order to unlock Did a chest, you find any hidden chest in the game. Next achievement, Dead a chick. In order to unlock Dead a chick, the Amazon's your companion and she dies. My last achievement, Dumb a chum. In order to unlock Dumb a chum, you get a lobster from a chest, which is what made me think about this whole fucking thing. I was like, it's a lobster. A lobster gets them out.
Tasty lobster.
Yeah. And then I was like, man, this is fucking as close as I'm going to get to a Dark Tower game on the Super Nintendo.
Yes, absolutely.
I had 4. The first one is The Perfect Crime from The Perfect Crime achievement in Heavy Rain. Kill all 8 companions.
Nice.
And then class up VV. Get partner 3 times with the wizard. Oh, is that Atalanta from Hercules? Pair with the Amazon 3 times because she looks like that one blacksmith character with blonde hair from Hercules, the series.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, this is fine. Keep the first sword and never upgrade.
Shit.
That was actually one of the original nerdy achievements by ChatGPT. I think. Zal, did you have any achievements?
I totally forgot to write achievements while I was playing the game because I just totally spaced it. But
I haven't actually listened to your guys' show, so I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, I'm only a couple episodes behind.
Man, I can't say shit. I fucking host the show and I didn't write achievements.
I usually run 1 to 2 episodes behind, but while I was sitting here thinking, I was thinking of cosmic exploration. So my achievement is cosmic exploration, and it's defeat the weird meteor worms on floor 30.
That was such an out-of-pocket boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Special,
like suddenly
special.
you climb the tower so far you're in space, and then there's a meteor, and meteor worms come out. So defeat the meteor worms, and you get cosmic exploration. So.
Nice.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, how much do you think you'd pay for this game? I'm curious how much Sal paid for it back when he bought it. But I'm also curious how much you think you would pay for it now in 2025. It's 2025, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
So back in the day, I'm not exactly sure where I got this game, but I have a feeling I got it from one of the Blockbusters that was closing.
You got a deal.
Yeah.
That's where I ended up getting EVO, which, as we know, is a very expensive game.
Yep.
So, which is another game I really like. But I'm pretty sure I got it at the same time as that. So I'm guessing I spent $10 on this game from Blockbuster when our Blockbuster was closing.
When the Blockbusters were closing when I lived in Lexington, and I remember going there and just buying shit that I didn't even like.
Right.
It was just like, yeah, it's cheap. That's cheap. Yep, that's cheap. That's cheap. A bunch of it I never played or watched.
It's build up a collection. We all liked this game. We all have a respect for this game, that it is a worthy successor to its coin-op compatriot. Come out 2 years after the arcade game. I bet this was on people's minds. I bet this was well received, and I think it's probably still pretty well received.
I was surprised I'd never heard of it, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
it's much kind of. First of all, it's Capcom.
It's Capcom, and it's in my opinion, it's a good game.
It's a great game.
It's weird to me that like it was that I never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. Our first reaction last week when we drew it with the randomizer was, oh boy, here we go.
Well,
such a generic
I was
name.
familiar just because of SNES Drunk.
Okay.
I'd seen it on some of his compilations, so I knew what it was. But I'd never seen it for rent or played it. So
it's definitely a hidden gem that I don't think a lot of people knew that there was a port of that arcade game. So
I didn't even know it was an arcade game. Like, I mean, when the randomizer gave us Magic Sword, it was straight up like this could be anything.
Yeah.
$31 is my guess.
$31 dues. Okay.
$28.
$28. Zal, do you have a guess?
I'm gonna guess $42.69.
Nice.
Actual retail value of Magic Sword, loose on average for the Super Nintendo at the time of this recording, is $40. 40.00.
Al takes it.
Man. All right.
You could quadruple your investment right now.
Quadruple my investment. I'm not going to. I like that game.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna buy this one, which is something I haven't done in a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'll buy this one.
Cool.
If I can get it for $40, yeah.
Okay.
And that's coming from someone who fucking bitches about like Capcom arcade fighting collection, $50. Fuck off, Capcom.
Right,
It's different though when Capcom charges me $50 versus when some guy on eBay charges me $40. It's different.
Yep.
And it's also an actual piece of hardware,
right?
It's not a digital thing that's going to get thrown into your digital library.
Right, yeah. And Capcom's not going to, they can't flip the switch at Capcom HQ and all of a sudden my physical copy of Magic Sword stops working.
Exactly.
You see what Flops used to say about it?
Hell yes. What do you think? I
think it's going to be high.
I'm hoping for 4-star. I want Flopsy to like this game too, so I'm hoping 4-star.
I think
Flopsy.
I think that's very reasonable.
Yep.
My instinct on this was 3.5 or 4, and with Flopsy skewing high, typically,
Yep.
I think I could go with 4 easily.
Do you think we're at it? We may have stumbled across our next 5-star game.
I do not think they'll give it a 5-star. 4.5 is the highest I would go.
I think 4 is probably the number.
I think 4
I'm
is
with
the
you
number.
there.
But I think they'll probably dock it for the slowdown.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like if this did not have slowdown,
It's
then
like the only drawback of the game.
yeah, it
The
is.
slowdown.
yeah, if it didn't have
if it was
slowdown,
like smooth and fast, like Castlevania or Ghosts and Goblins or something like that,
Yeah.
it would have been definitely
But I mean, even Super Ghouls and Ghosts has slowdown.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
it does. It's not as much, but yes, it
Right.
does. And but yes, I think if it didn't have the slowdown, I think we might be looking at a 5-star game.
Uncommon.
It's weird.
I think it's either uncommon or very uncommon.
I might
I'm
even go
not
very uncommon.
exactly sure on that.
At $40.
$40.
Yeah.
It's an arcade port. I like Capcom, and I had never heard of this game. So I'd be good with either very uncommon or uncommon. It feels weird to me that Capcom would do something, a release so limited, because it was developed and published by Capcom. It seems that it'd be weird if they did something that was very uncommon.
Yeah. Okay.
I like
That's a
uncommon.
good point.
4
Uncommon.
stars uncommon.
That's a very good point.
All right. Sal, are you good with that? 4 stars uncommon?
Yep, I'm good with that.
All right. We've locked it in. According to Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike, and a shadowy, mysterious benefactor. Magic Sword.
Magic Sword.
Page 175. 4 stars.
Yes.
Yes.
Uncommon.
Nice.
Fuck. All
We
right.
did it.
Nailed it.
Our reward? We get to do the shadow next.
There is no pleasure without pain.
There is no light without darkness.
The shadow knows.
For Nintendo games.
What'd you say, Zal? Sorry.
Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of Super Nintendo games?
We will next week.
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what beard? Why?
The mighty beard of one Thorin Oakenshield from 3 movies when he was in a single 150-page book. But Thorin Oakenshield from The Hobbit.
Played in the movies, of course, by Big Man.
Uma.
Big man made little man. CGI.
I would love to see a fucking movie of Magic Sword made where it is straight up like done in the style of Xena and Hercules, done that way, but in the I'd eat that shit up.
Especially if they called it Magic Sword.
Fuck yes,
With several dots and an exclamation point.
of course.
Yeah. Real monsters. Real Magic Sword.
Chick Sword.
Ooh, our sword.
Shit.
Oh, it's weird. There's a cat in the studio. It's about to throw up. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what glasses? Why?
The scrying orb of Mumra of Thundercats.
Mumra. Nice.
I do wish there were more enemies too, because I get it's an old game and I get it's a Super Nintendo game, but I felt like when I'm on floor and I'm in the 30s and I'm like, you're still throwing orcs at me. Come on.
This one looks a little angrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like orcs are level 1 through 20 of this tower. They should not go any farther than that. It should be fucking bugbears or hobgoblins or some shit.
Yep.
There were bears.
Well, you see,
Yes.
the blue orcs are
Right.
1 through 13, and the red orcs
Yeah.
are 14 through 30.
Ian, you mentioned the
The
bears.
robotic bear.
The bears fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have a
more
little
Dark
radar
Tower.
dish on top of his head. I'm telling
Thinking
you.
cap. crap.
There's just more and more Dark Tower
Oh my
shit going on here.
God. The bears cracked me up because the bear's still showing up. Like in
Yeah.
the beginning, it's like, oh, a bear. But then it's like you're in like the 30s of the tower. It's like,
This bear made it halfway up the tower. I don't want to kill it. I mean, intelligent people are
clearly-
getting captured, and this bear
Right.
made it.
yeah,
It's clearly on a quest. I don't want to fuck that up.
This bear beat the space rock boss to make it up here.
Now they waved him through. Come on.
come on.
Come on, bear.
Here is your picnic basket. Get in here.
It's fucking.
Let's see. Yeah, Shadow next week. So thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on not SoundCloud, Spotify, not Stitcher, but on YouTube Play, Google, all of the goddamn place. We have all sorts of shit going on, but most importantly is that Patreon.
.com/tadpog. Go to patreon.com/tadpog, and for as little as $1 measly dollar, you can have access to all of our bonus content, a lot of tabletops, a lot of fun episodes on movies, a lot of just sitting around talking about stuff, sex stories for money. All that's on there. We're if you'd like to give us more than that, more than $1, say like 20 times more than that, you could become an executive producer.
Hell yeah.
And we would read your name on the show, just like I'm about to do right now for Cubicle Monkey, Sandwich Pope Phil H, Gamebug Prime Nathan E, Matt, a.k.a. Gentle G, Pinball Airplane Archmage Chris Edler, sorry you couldn't be on this episode, that nice guy from Michigan, Louisville correspondent Princess Consuela Banana Hammock Flavor Trick Karen, Drinksmith Joey Dubs, D Pope Sandwich, and back after such a long reprieve, Lord Micah Purdue. Thank you so
Hell yeah.
much
Welcome back.
for becoming an executive producer again. We're glad that you were able to do that. We love money. Thanks again to Zine Lord Brad from Arizona.
Yep.
And Zal, thank you for joining us today as well.
Yes.
Always
It was
nice
very
to
fun.
always nice to meet the fans and have them on the show at our discretion. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Zal, thanks for being on.
Yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that Magic Sword was one of your favorites because, it's been really nice having you on.
Yep.
You got anything to promote, Zal?
Oh, well, if you want to watch some really old video highlights from some streams from years and years and years ago, you can check out twitch.tv/Zalnop,
Okay.
where I have a 27-minute Dragon Quest XI boss fight and some other random things, Castlevania run of some sort, and a 3-win streak in a row of that Mario 35 game
Hell
that
yeah.
came out for the Switch a long time ago. And in my clips, you'll see some really crazy Dr. Mario combos where I do like 10, 11, and 12 viruses all at once. So
Nice.
Yeah.
but that's all old.
It's a lot better than I can do.
Yeah.
I fucking suck ass at Dr.
yeah.
Mario.
I've watched Zal play Dr. Mario. It's fucking crazy especially for someone like me who like struggles like
I
hardcore.
play
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
combos, not for score or speed. So it's a little bit different type of play style for it. But
It's wild to watch it though.
But other than that, I'm mostly doing Final Fantasy. So if you play Final Fantasy 14, you can catch me on there.
Cool.
Fuck yeah. How you guys want to close it out?
As our favorite NPC companion and Jigsword.
All right. So until next time. Don't touch that little boy.
That was the lizard man.
I was too.
I was big man, not because he's my favorite. I just wanted to talk like a big man. Best name. And also like straight up like reminds me of fucking OD&D where it's not a fighter, it's fucking fighting man. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, it's like, look, we're just fucking figuring this shit out right now. We don't, nothing's set in stone.
We can't say Irish, so we're just
Right.
going to say fight man.
Who would you like to see in this video game? I don't know, like some kind of like he's a man and he's big man. He's in the game. Got it. I wrote it down. He's in the game.
It's in the game.
All right. Next week.
How about
Shadow.
a woman with boobies and everything? It's in the game.
It's in the game. In the dungeon, wearing furs, shooting a crossbow with flames. It's in the game.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Silence. Okay, we're clear. Thanks, Zal.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler, and releases new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and just about anywhere else podcasts are hosted. If you have a question or comment for the hosts, don't hesitate to call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. If you'd like to send us something, you can do so at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you'd like to donate to the show, visit patreon.com/tadpog, and with a minimum donation of $1 per month, you will get access to all of our fun bonus content. Join the conversation on our Discord server at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free, and we'd love to have you there. If you enjoy our show and haven't already, don't forget to find and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
You can introduce me on the show as Zalnop, Harbinger of Doom, Bringer of the End Times.
Okay.
Since it's the last episode and all, right?
I mean,
It's not La Mulana.
What? I thought we were doing La Mulana.
We're actually doing 3D dot heroes. Then La Mulana. Then it's
How
over.
much does Ian know about La Mulana?
We haven't talked about La Mulana. The joke is that I told Zal a long time ago that he could be on our last episode, which would be La Mulana.
Why is La Mulana our last episode?
Because we didn't want to play it.
We joked about it so much, finally
Yeah.
said, fine, it's the last episode
Right.
we do.
Okay.
And I've played it. I've played La Mulana, but it's like
There are like multiple games of it out now.
I know, right? It's fucking crazy.
There's two. La Mulana 2.
I'm good to go whenever you
And,
guys are.
To us, that's a lot. To me, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I think they're working on like a spiritual successor that's a different
That's fucking crazy.
name.
It doesn't seem like it's old enough to warrant a spiritual successor, but I guess it is.
Came out like in early 2000s. It's like 20 years old now. It's
Did it really come out early 2000s? That's wild.
You'll have to look this up again. Can't ever
Fuck, it
remember.
is the La
Came out
Mulana
on-
episode. Shit, I'm sorry. This is the last episode of TADPOG. If only we could have made it through all of the Super Nintendo games first.
The issue with La Mulana is it's been released at least twice because the original was June 27th, 2006 in Japan for Windows.
Well, shit,
and
that
then they
explains why it is the way it is. I wish I'd have known that.
And then they redid it for the Wii to release on the Wii shop, and that was 2012.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Wait, no, 2011 in Japan, 2012 in North America. Yeah.
Because it was pretty. That one released just like real close to when we started doing the show.
Right.
I didn't realize it was a re-release.
The original version is like almost kind of in between 8 and 16-bit. It's like super low res because it was styled after the old MSX games.
Sure, okay.
So that's kind of
It plays like a old PC game.
no, for sure, yeah.
So they nailed that.
All right, I'm rolling out.
Magic sword.
Believe it!